At first, you thought everything was real. Or at least that is how you knew it. And in the process, having what both of us call a relationship, her existence and your existence, both of you were involved. You engaged, participated, and then you ended up building an existing relationship that eventually worked, only to realize when it is too late that it was all fake. It was all a performance, and it wasn't real. In this process, you were hit with the realization that this relationship, this attraction, and this behavior, it was all a facade. It was all just a character. She walked away, expecting you will reach out, expecting you will beg. And in that process, upon walking away, at first she was right until she wasn't. Because you did not actually reach out. You did not beg. You did not chase as she had expected. Learning this, she realized she miscalculated you. And upon moving forward, there was a heavy thunder on her chest that struck her with darkness and lightning. This is a storm that she couldn't actually control, because it was something that she was supposed to feel. Yet, in that moment, she slowly distracted herself with different types of men, with posting on her status, hoping that you will fall for the bait and you will fall for the trap, only to realize the whole system that she's building, it cannot work on you. It's all working against herself. And know that you are planning it to work that way. Know that that is your intention. And you never even expected it to end that way. But we all know, when it comes to the law of polarity, we receive what we intend to put out. In that, as long as we expect, as long as we think we have control, as long as it's all about a narrative that builds a system that isn't really a reality, yet just an illusion, it will never give us peace. And in that, she will either distract herself with multiple men. She will either pretend that nothing happened, even though deep down, internally, there is a turmoil that she needs to work on through pain and accept it. Yet, in that process, she assumed, she brushed it off, she ignored. For to her, she has the upper hand. For to her, she is in control. For to her, you are nothing. You will always be there, waiting, begging, and eventually hoping that she will reach out. not today. When you were hit with the realization, you knew that we were all just performing. We were all just engaging, hoping that we build a healthy consciousness for humankind's brain. Not your brain, not her brain, but a humankind's brain. But in the process of engaging, you realized that what both of you are creating, it is a movement that goes against a humankind's brain, which is the unhealthy consciousness that any humankind's brain can experience. Yet, if it cannot modify the present with a healthy system, doing the right for the hope of building a system that is healthy for humankind's brain, it won't work. You realized that in the process of learning, in the process of accepting, where everything will take you, it wasn't easy. It was through pain and suffering, but it was worth it. See, when we are building a relationship, we expect it to be better. We expect it to be perfect. Yet, we are not aware of whom we are dealing with, but at least we think we know them. For we have a vision, an anticipation of whom we think this is who they are. Because every time we are having a conversation with them, we are engaging in a conversation with them, we end up building a relationship that doesn't really exist. Being aware of this encourages us to understand that we have no control over the outside events. Now, let's roll back. When we are in the moments of hoping that a relationship will be better, and then eventually something changes instantly, that is when we seek for answers to what we thought we knew, because we are holding so deep on that, only to realize that it was all false. It was just a perception of what we thought existed. Yet we need to accept that we are all here to learn, to experience, and in that involvement, in that engaging, we are building a system that contributes to a consciousness that builds a healthy humankind's brain.